Alright, let's see what the hell. Purchase complete. Uther Lightbringer, Gul'dan, or Jaina Proudmoore. Jaina, of course, is so easy, I don't want to play her.
I actually do like Paladins for Arena.
I don't think I've...
I saw that. I watched the first part of the draft that you had the last time you did a Paladin. And
Yeah,
right,
I don't think I've had a good Paladin. My
first
last
pick
one
was just terrible.
It was...
There wasn't a good choice there.
It felt just awful, and I gimped around, and I finally... I lost 2 right up front. I'm like, wow, okay, this is... this is a problem. I still managed to do my usual MMR, I got, I think, 3 wins on that still, but it was pretty awful. Alright.
Well, as long as you're getting about 3 wins, you're essentially paying for the arena entry in the card.
Yeah,
you
get a pack, and you'll get a little bit of dust or a little bit of gold or something.
You're paying for you end up paying for the arena what you would pay for a pack to begin with, so.
Right.
On average.
And even with shitty decks, I can usually sneak 3 wins. So I'm doing okay now, but oh god. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Cold Light Seer, Alarmobot,
Okay.
and Wild Pyromancer.
I'd go Wild Pyro. Wild Pyro's actually a pretty good card.
That's kind of obvious, but that's just like, what?
Especially with Paladin, if you can get an equality, that's a board clear.
Oh, that's true. It's like...
You drop him, you cast it, it sets all minions' health to 1, and then it deals 1 damage to all minions.
Yeah.
The only thing it doesn't kill... Yeah, the only thing it doesn't kill is something with a Divine Shield on it, but it still drops them to 1 health and gets rid of the shield.
True. Speaking of Divine Shields and Wild Pyromancers, my next picks are Wild Pyromancer, Argent Commander, and Cold Light Oracle. What the fuck is this? I would say Argent Commander off the top of my head. I mean, one wild is cool. I don't know about 2. This early anyway. Argent just works out a lot.
Yeah, I would probably say...
So, what did you think?
Yeah, I'd do Argent Commander at that point.
I think, yeah.
I mean, they're both good cards, but I'd say go with the one you don't have already. Yeah. This early on.
Gadgetzan Auctioneer, Young Priestess, and Holy Wrath.
I wouldn't say Young Priestess, but...
The RNG factor of
this
Holy
early
Wrath,
on,
I don't know.
This early on, I'd probably go with Holy Wrath.
You think so?
The reason I'd say that is the Auctioneer, you don't know how many spells you're going to have.
Well, and true, but 5 mana
without
for
spells,
a card draw?
he's...
Yeah, and I mean, 5 mana for a 4/4, though, too, is also kind of lackluster.
Yeah, oh, no. Crap, that's a tough...
Yeah,
maybe
in my brain,
maybe right. Maybe I'd go for the body at that point, I think, actually.
Yeah, see, in my brain, I just
you might get spells even if...
Well, it's true, if I don't get spells...
In Constructed, if you do a Paladin Giant deck, the Holy Wrath can be amazing.
Oh, well, of course. But I just...
Because you draw your Molten Giant and do 20 damage.
Right. Oh my god. That would be nice.
Somebody posted a video of that.
Yeah, that would be beautiful. But I just see,
see if I can find
5 mana for drawing a card, and then, the damage being, well, I'll get the 2 mana Engineer or something.
Yeah, so...
I'm gonna go with Auctioneer.
Yeah, I can see it.
Stranglethorn Tiger, Hammer of Wrath, Blessing of Wisdom.
I'd go Hammer of Wrath.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. The Tiger, though, the 5/5 in stealth hasn't been bad to me. But Hammer, yeah. And Blessing of Wisdom, I've been able to use that before too. It's like if they get something big that they're going to keep around for a while, it's fun to play that on. And, Eye for an Eye, Silverback Patriarch, and Novice Engineer. Offhand, I'd just say Novice, but Eye for an Eye could be annoying. Silverback, I don't think so. I don't know, does a Paladin want a Taunter? For the a 1/4 for 3 mana?
It's not. I wouldn't say it's bad, but I think I'd go for the card cycling with the novice also.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Blessing of Might, Shattered Sun Cleric, Argent Protector. It's kind of tough. I mean, I'd say Shattered usually, but Argent can be really nice. They both require synergy, so... I suppose Argent is easier to play at 2 mana, but...
I'd say the Argent. Because you can use that to maintain board control. Because if you're in a position where you got a creature down, they drop a creature that yours can take out. You then drop the protector, put the shield on it, run it into the other guy, take the other guy out, and your guy's still there.
Argent Protector it is. Blessing of Might, Hand of Protection, and Grimskull Oracle. I think my Oracle or my Murloc boat has already set sail, so... Hand of Protection, maybe?
What were they again? I'm sorry.
Blessing of Might, Hand of Protection, Grimskull Oracle. I don't know, Blessing of Might gives you a little bit of reach, though, too.
Yeah, I'd think probably that one would be better here.
You think better than Hand?
Either of them, they're both spells that can feed the Pyromancer or the Auctioneer.
Oh, that's true. I'm going to go with Blessing. It feels a little more correct at the moment. Blessing of Wisdom, Guardian of Kings, Grimskull Oracle. What the fuck with these Murlocs?
I'd say Guardian of Kings.
Yeah, I pretty much went to that.
Good big body with a heal attached.
Done. Darkscale Healer, Ironfur Grizzly, Hammer of Wrath.
I'd probably go another hammer.
Kind of leaning toward Grizzly, but I could see the hammer working. Well, and Darkscale too isn't bad. I mean, Pallies usually have a bit of a, a force on the board. You just think hammer, though, huh?
Yeah, it's removal, and
card.
It draws a card. That's
okay.
hard to argue with.
Yeah, when you put it like that, then it makes sense. Oh well, okay. See what you think. Sword of Justice, Avenging Wrath, South Sea Captain.
Not the South Sea Captain.
Obvious. RNG Avenging Wrath is fun, but I think Sword of Justice is kind of more reliable.
Yeah, Sword of Justice can give you board control
so
big time.
Easily. Here's another sort of obvious one. True Silver Champion, Spiteful Smith, Shield Bearer.
Yeah, True Silver.
I mean, Spiteful isn't bad. It has a lot of health, the 4/6, and if you happen to have a weapon out, but that's it's more for a warrior or a rogue, maybe. True Silver it is. Okay.
Although I did have one arena deck as a Paladin, I had a True Silver, and I had both a True Silver and a Spiteful Smith that I had out, ran the Spiteful Smith into one of his mobs, got it enraged, then used my Faceless Manipulator on it and swung to the face for 8.
Holy crap.
That was fun.
Okay.
It was a nasty combo.
Well, here's another. True Silver Champion, Chillwind Yeti, Eye for an Eye.
Ooh.
I know, Chillwind is such a solid card, but I would say another True Silver.
I can't fault you for that. They're if I could pick them both, I would.
Well, obviously.
To be honest.
We're 11 cards in, what do you think?
True Silver, I'd say True Silver.
Yeah,
they
I
win
think
game.
Too. Although Chillwind is just such a good card. Ooh. Bloodfen Raptor, Mad Bomber, Blessing of Kings. I like them all, but I'm still going to say Blessing of Kings.
Yeah, I can't fault you there either.
Well, I mean, Bloodfin, of course, trades up. So does the Mad Bomber, and then the RNG, the Bomber, can be good and bad. So.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing that's tricky with Paladin decks is so many of their good cards are 4 mana cost.
Well, yeah, don't you get pretty much used to having your curve like peaking at 4 all the time?
Yeah.
Blessing of Kings.
Which essentially means you don't want to take any non-Paladin cards that are 4 unless they're top tier cards like Yeti.
Oh, that's a good point. Hadn't thought of it like that. Blessing of Wisdom, Worgen Infiltrator, Young Dragonhawk. Offhand, I'm just going to say Worgen, but Blessing isn't that bad.
Well, you can essentially, you can use it on yourself for card draw, or you can use it on your opponent to essentially shut down one of their minions from attacking until they get to the point where they can push you to kill you.
Right. But just looking at my ones right now, I think Worgen's such a solid 1-drop.
Yeah, it's hard to pass that one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a Worgen. Guardian of Kings, Light's Justice, and Wisp.
Guardian of Kings.
I don't know, the second one, you think that's okay?
Yeah.
For 7 to have
compared to the Wisp is not worth it, and you've got 3 weapons. I don't think the Light's Justice is worth it.
Oh, that's true. I just think of it as an easy 1-drop for early removal, but it would sort of conflict with the other ones. It'll be getting at, 3 and 4 mana, so... Okay. Yeah. Guardian. Shield Bearer, Gnomish Inventor, Goldshire Footman. Crap.
I was just about to say Gnomish. I'm like, wait, Gnomish costs 4.
Yeah, it's really expensive, and I've already got my 4s are, well, I'm halfway through the deck, and it is a card, but...
Oh man, that's a horrible decision.
Yeah, I don't know. Shield Bearer can keep up for the aggression.
It costs 4.
Oh, you think it's?
It costs 4, but I think I'd still go with Gnomish. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're halfway through, and this will be a 6th 4, so you're really gonna have to target away from 4 after this. But that's such a bad choice outside of the Gnomish.
All right.
I mean, you've got quality 4 cards at this point. I mean, Blessing a King, 2 Hammer of Wrath, 2 True Silvers. Those are very high quality Pally 4-drops.
Yeah, that's true. It's just, it puts me...
and watch your next decision's going to be like Consecrate.
Right. It's just the Shield Bearer. I know people usually discount that, but I've put it to good use generally. It's good for the early aggression.
Well, if you're looking for that, then I'd say go with the shield bearer. I mean, like I said, the the engineer, because I really hesitate because it's a 4-drop, but I don't know. I don't put a lot of faith in the one drop taunts. Yeah, that's true.
All right, gnomish, but under protest. Well, okay, this is Silverback Patriarch, Bloodsail Raider, Stone Tusk Boar. Got enough weapons. I'm almost tempted to Bloodsail, but Stone Tusk is an easy one.
I'd say there's you know, this one I don't see a choice. It's the Bloodsail. It's a 2-drop. You need 2 drops, and it synergizes. You've got 3 weapons. It synergizes really well with those.
Yeah, but I can't have any of those weapons out when this is ready to go out. It'd have to be a later.
Yeah, I mean, if you get it early, it's a 2-drop for a 2/3 2-drop to get board presence. If you get it later and you have a weapon equipped, it's either a 4/4 with the Sword of Justice or a 6/3 with the True Silver. It's hard to say no to either of those for 2 mana.
Okay, Bloodsail. Oh, Spiteful Smith, Mad Bomber, Worgen Infiltrator. God, I'm almost happy with Worgen again, but
I can see that. I mean, to be honest, I'd lean for that or the Smith. I think the Bomber is a harder choice to make in Pally.
But
yeah, it's a harder choice to make in a Pally deck. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get the RNG where it destroys all my tokens.
For non-Paladin, non-Shaman, that's a stronger card than for those two because it doesn't synergize at all with their hero ability.
Yeah. You think Spiteful Smith would be worthwhile?
So, let's see here. You've got to be honest, I could see it's close either way. I mean, there's some pretty cool multi-card combo stuff that's potential with that and a weapon and the Bloodsail, but in Arena, you can't rely on stuff like that.
Yeah. I think Worgen then, because I'm still a little light on 1s, and it's a great 1-drop.
Yeah.
All right, Worgen. Oh, Hand of Protection, Harvest Golem, Blessing of Kings.
At this point, I think I'd probably go Harvest Golem.
Yeah, me too. It's such a great 3-drop, and I have no 3. Well, I have 1/3 or something.
It's the Sword of Justice. Yeah, I'd go with the Harvest Golem.
But Kings can
sticky minion.
Kings can turn things around so easy, though. Ugh. Yeah, Harvest.
Yeah, but you've got 1, and you've got a lot of 4s, and there's other 4s that I think Consecrate would take precedence over that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, if I get it.
Maybe even another True Silver if it pops up, to be honest.
That sounds a little greedy, but I've done that before.
No, you know, honestly, I think True Silver is probably the best weapon in the game. Just my take on it.
I don't know. Gorehowl is great for removal if you got a lot of armor, but... Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Azure Drake, Sunwalker, Eldor Peacekeeper. Damn, I mean...
Wow.
All of these are... this is the kind of... I would sit here for like 2 minutes going, well... What do you think?
Well, you're low in cards in all 3 slots.
Oh, I know. And they all seem to... Oh.
They're all premium cards.
No
They're
doubt.
all... Let's see here. Looking through the rest of your deck.
Yeah, my top end is still a little light. I don't think Sunwalker, though, is the best choice for it.
What do you have that's affected by spell power too? I think just the two hammers at this point.
Well, that's true. But it's not really the spell power that's always affecting that, though. I mean, you draw a card as well as a 4/4, and it's a decent card. I mean, to be honest, 6 is a little heavy.
They both essentially lead to card advantage in different ways. The Drake directly draws you a card, where the taunt with Divine Shield tends to eat multiple minions going out, or draw extremely hard removal.
But I also like having a 3 there that drops somebody's attack to 1. It doesn't. That's harder to use, actually. If you definitely can't drop it on 3. I mean, practically never.
I would say either the Drake or the taunt, just because the Peacekeeper, you have to play it reactively.
Right.
There's not a bad time to drop the Drake or to drop the taunt. Whereas if you have this in your hand and they don't have anything on the board, you're going to want to hold on to it.
Okay, then, and I agree.
And I only bring that up with an issue with that card compared to the other two, because they're all strong cards.
Yeah.
If the other two cards were weaker cards, I'd go with the Peacekeeper even with that.
Well, yeah, I agree. It's just we're trying to get just 3 choices down to 1. I totally get that, but
I'd probably, man, I might go with the taunt. You have no taunt at this point.
Well, true, but
granted it's fairly late. But
that's not the function
either way,
of a 4
you're
5.
setting. Well, either one of those, you've got 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 late game creatures in place with 10 cards to go, so you might take one more, depending on what pops up.
God, just you're not helping me here. I mean, you kind of said Sunwalker, but you didn't really.
My suggestion would be Sunwalker, just because of the taunt issue. You don't have taunt yet, but again, I wouldn't fault you for either of the other two. So if you've got a opinion towards one of the other two, I wouldn't say that that's a bad choice.
Well, there isn't really a lot of spell damage going out, and I can see the taunt. It's a 4/5. It's kind of late for 6 mana, but it's got Divine Shield, so it sucks up love. But to draw a card, it's just such a plain, I like it so much better than the Gnomish Inventor. I'm gonna try the Sunwalker then. I don't even know why. Raid Leader. God, that was awful. Raid Leader. Silverback Patriarch. Dread Corsair.
Ooh.
The Dread Corsair, of course, could be free with the True Silver out, but...
I would... There's that to consider.
Raid Leader is just shit. I can never keep it alive. It's never been worth 3 mana, ever. Silverback, I could see it.
I could see it. I think I'd go with the Dread Corsair here.
It's a 4 mana, though, and I don't know if...
Or a 3 with the Sword of Justice out, or free with the True Silver out.
Yeah.
So it's going to show up as a 4-drop, but generally I don't think you'd be playing it as a 4-drop.
I don't know. If you don't have a weapon up, it's still a 4-drop that's a 3/3.
Yes, it is.
It's just the silverback is the only other card I could consider there, and I don't know if it's that much of an advantage. I'll try the Corsair. Oh shit! This is not fair. Youthful Brewmaster, True Silver Champion, Boulder Fist Ogre.
Man, they're just. Hey, at least they're decisions where it's like, which one do I take because they're all good, not which one do I take because they all suck.
Come on, this is awful. I mean, the Boulder Fist isn't just like the Yeti. You know, it's such a solid card. But I already took the Sunwalker at 6 mana, so I'm already kind of like, maybe another weapon. But Youthful, I'm not sure. Do I have any incidental combos here? I mean, I guess I could recast Sunwalker.
Argent Protector.
Right. Guardian.
I mean, you can always use it essentially as a recast the minion to heal it to full.
Right.
Or recast it with its Divine Shield back. So Argent Commander, Sunwalker, or picking up the Argent Protector again.
Okay, we're making an argument now to keep all 3 options alive. So let's try the other way. Which can we get rid of?
I would say get rid of the True Silver Champion because you've got a lot of 4s and the other 2 are strong options. If the other 2 weren't strong options, I'd be all over a 3rd True Silver.
I agree. I was immediately like, I would love to have another weapon, and I failed as a Paladin, so no weapon. It needs to be the Brewmaster or the Ogre. But
I would say,
I don't know. Incidental synergies aside, I think the Ogre's still a little stronger.
I could see that.
I mean, still, it trades up, though. It's a 3/2, for 2 mana. Even if you don't have anything to return, it's still a solid 2-drop. But, there's so many cards I have that it could work with. What would you pick?
Well, I'm just looking at what creatures you've got. 5 and up, so you've got 5 creatures, and they're all pretty high quality other than the Auctioneer as far as a body. And the Auctioneer does other things. So
right.
Lower stuff. 3, 4, 5, 6. Not counting the Novice because it's a 1/1. I hesitate to count the Protector as a body because of what you get for the cost, but we will. Yeah. So about 6 down there. I'd want a couple more small creatures, but the Ogre's really strong. I'd probably roll the dice, take the Ogre, and hope I get some quality smaller creatures in the next couple picks.
Yeah, I think so too. Ogre. Fairy Dragon, Humility, Ogre Magi. I just immediately say Fairy Dragon, but
I'd say Fairy Dragon.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste time on that. Shit. Silverhand Knight, Silver Moon Guardian, River Kokolisk.
At this point, I'd probably go Silverhand.
I would say Silverhand, yeah. Jeez.
It can be such a board presence swing.
Oh, yeah. Fairy Dragon, Light's Justice, Voodoo Doctor. I really don't mind the Voodoo, but I'm going to say Fairy Dragon again, yeah. I don't mind having 2 of those either.
Yeah, well, the problem with the Voodoo is there's 3 classes that it dies to.
Oh, well, there's
one
no
of which
doubt.
it doesn't even matter if there's a taunt up.
And it's a horrible one drop too, because if you're starting fresh, you've got nothing to heal anyway. But late game, as a one drop, it's been fine. But yeah, very. God, Guardian of Kings, a holy light, fairy dragon. It just seems like a lot of fairy dragons, but I think it's the better option. I mean, Holy Light you can
it's a better
do
option.
anywhere, and it does work with the gadgets and auctioneer. So I don't immediately dismiss it, but like I usually would.
I would definitely say Fairy Dragon.
You, yeah?
The thing that's really nice about those is they force the opponent to trade their board as opposed to trading removal.
Doing trickery.
So they're a way of basically they impact board presence so much just because of the choices to remove them are limited.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, I definitely would say 3 Fairy Dragons as opposed to 3 Guardian of Kings. And Holy Light is just... It is a bit of health, and it would synergize with the gadget, but I just don't think it's that strong. Fairy Dragon it is. Murloc Tidehunter, Noble Sacrifice, Argent Squire. I'm really happy with my Worgans. I don't know if I need Argent Squire again, or Argent Squire in there, but I think it's probably the best choice. I mean, Noble Sacrifice can be fun, but...
It can be fun, but it can be easily played around, and against druids and rogues, it's essentially you give up a card. Because if I'm playing a druid or a rogue, and a paladin drops a secret, the first thing I'm going to do is hero ability and attack something.
Yeah.
And I'll eat the 1 or 2 damage based on the class that I am to pop that. And now you've basically given up a spell that I've countered with my hero ability.
With your just intrinsic stuff, so... Well, and the Murloc I wouldn't mind, actually, but I've already got so many 2s.
It was the Tidehunter, you said?
Yeah, Murloc Tidehunter, Noble Sacrifice, and Argent Squire.
Yeah, I'd think if the Argent Squire does more for you.
I think at this point it does, so... Reckless Rocketeer, Kobold Geomancer, Scarlet Crusader. Getting near the end here, I would... for the sound alone, I like the Rocketeer, but... Which do you think?
I would say definitely not the Geomancer at this point.
Oh no, I agree. I would say it's
I'd
between
say
the
the
Crusader and
Crusader,
Rocketeer, and probably... Yeah, my 3s are still light anyway, but... Reckless, it can be great removal. And she makes that great sound when she lands. It still makes me laugh when I hear that. Yeah, I just love her wild, but okay, Crusader it is. Oh, damn it. Reckless Rocketeer, Amani Berserker, or Consecration.
I think you have to go Consecrate.
I agree. Although I would love to have an Amani in there, but I've already got so many twos.
If you had already gotten a Consecrate, then maybe not. But again, this gives you a combo that's a board clear.
Yeah, we already talked about the Wild Pyromancer but no, we don't have a quality yet though. No.
But you can jury it so you get a board clear out of it. You can pop it up to 3.
True. Yeah, I'm not gonna consecrate and think about it anymore. Oh, that was kind of a duh. Alarmabot, Cold Light Oracle, or Twilight Drake.
Another 4.
It's 4, I know. It's just every time someone plays an Alarmabot or Cold Light Oracle, I just like, I can't help but, snicker to myself.
Yeah.
What an awful final draw.
The one thing on the Drake that I worry about is you don't have a huge amount of card draw.
Yeah, true.
You got the 2, the Engineer, the Inventor, the Auctioneer, but you don't have a huge number of spells.
Yeah, and of course Silence just ruins it, but...
But yeah, the other 2... Well, I mean, I'd definitely say no to the Alarmabot. Man.
I just don't...
You can get more card draw, but you give it to your opponent,
that
too.
That sounds just awful.
I think the Drake is... You don't have a choice on that one.
No. Drake it is. Alright, I'll see what happens and blame you for it.